What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So again, today we are working on the track bar bracket, and we have some progress. So if you saw in the last video, I almost had the design finished on the computer on CAD, and I have it. Well, I thought I had it finished. I obviously knew that was going to be more of a rough draft than anything. So I went ahead and got some the main parts cut out, as you can see right there. I got them cut out, I got them bent, and I got them thrown in the truck. And as I was expecting, there was quite a few things that got to change. As you can kind of see, we've got our track bar. We've got one side of the bracket. The angles are completely messed up right now, but that's okay. It's not actually even welded. But I found out two things. The reason why it's so jacked up is because this part right here, I wasn't accounting for this little bump right there. So that's kind of like throwing off this part of the bracket, which is actually messing with my angle over here. So I have to fix that, and then I have to fix where basically these two bends, where these two bends are placed. They're too close together. Actually, it's only one right now because I ended up having to cut this to be able to fit that. So now I know that it looks like a lot of failing, but it's completely normal. I knew that it was gonna happen like that. It's really hard to nail something like that the first time. So I'm gonna go ahead, take some new measurements, redesign the bracket, get stuff cut out, and hopefully it fits. Okay guys, so I went ahead and modified this thing a little bit just to make sure that it'll fit like I wanted to. So I ended up having to cut all this out. Now, originally I thought I was gonna have to move this hole up, but obviously I'm gonna have to move these two holes down towards this one. I have this hole pattern basically because that's what the track bar that I had, and I didn't want to have to like drill an extra hole in it if I didn't need to. So mine was gonna look like that, but yours, originally I had imagined that this whole thing was gonna move up like half an inch or so, to be, kind of more evenly spaced with these ones. But now these two, like I said, are gonna move down to be able to have more room for this little cutout. So anyways, I'm gonna throw that back on the frame, see how it fits, see if it fixed that little angle issue that I was having. And if it does, like I said, we'll go ahead, redesign this. Also, like I said, this is actually, so the top part to this comes out this way and then it drops and it goes out this way. So this bend is way too close and it's really hard to bend it in my brake press. So I'm actually gonna open this bend all the way up to here. That should be more manageable. And I might actually even move this one back even further. Or yeah, I'll probably move this back a little bit just so that I can get this bend done a little bit easier. So anyways, I'm gonna throw that back on the truck, see how it works. If I like it, I'm gonna go back in the computer and essentially redesign this thing. It's worth it though. I don't want to rush anything out to you guys. I want to give you a product that I'm proud of, that fits perfectly the way that I want it, and it's going to work good and that it's strong, because like I said, this piece is the single most important piece of the whole swap. It basically keeps your truck, it keeps your axle under the truck, which is very, very important. And it also kind of helps you, if you have the angles right, everything, it'll avoid death wobble and all that other stuff. So it's a very important piece. I'm definitely giving it all my engineering that I have, which, it's just enough. I'm definitely giving it all the engineering that I have to this thing. I want to make sure again that it's a good quality piece for you guys. So anyways, but yeah, I'll check back in a little bit. Okay guys, so we threw that part back in, and it's actually looking way better. The angle still looks a little bit messed up, but that's because I decided that this has to go back a little bit, so it's kind of like crooked like that. But this actual angle is looking pretty much perfect. The angles for this are actually really good too. This is just loose, that's why it looks like that. Nothing's really welded. But it's gonna give me a pretty good idea of everything that I have to do. So like I said, now I'm gonna go back on the computer, make those adjustments, make some new parts, and hopefully those will fit a lot better. So I'm gonna go back, do that, and check right back in. Okay guys, so we made quite a few adjustments to the bracket. We actually have all of our parts cut out. I wanted to go ahead and do a full run of the bracket. So we got all of them cut out. We got couple of bumper brackets cut out. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, get all this stuff cleaned out, bent up, and tacked together, try it back on and see how it works out. I did change something. So this is basically my base plate, and I did a couple things. I made it just a little bit narrower. It was just a little bit wider than it needed to be. And then this bolt, I actually ended up moving it just to match the a different hole on the frame that I wanted to use. Now, let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything at all, but I was trying to go for this hole, which is the one that I had on my bracket. And there's another hole somewhere over here, I think. You probably can't see anything down there. But if I remember correctly, that's the hole that actually, there's like a rivet in the frame and you had to cut it off. For whatever reason, when I installed the bracket that I was using, it didn't line up with that hole like at all, not even close. That's why I ended up drilling a new hole right there. So I ended up changing where that location was to be able to utilize that hole that should already be in the frame. You'll have to make it a little bit bigger because I want to use 5/8 holes for here and here. I want to make sure that we have nice beefy bolts holding that. The cross member is going to get 3 1/2-inch bolts. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to go ahead, get all this stuff ready, get it bent, and test it one more time. And we should be good with this. Okay guys, so while I still have your attention, I want to talk about something that's really important to me, and I know that it's going to be very important to a lot of you guys. And being in the genre that we're in the hobby, in the space that we're in, I know that most of you already know this, probably by other YouTubers, but I do want to touch on this myself as well, because like I said, it's very, very important. And it's basically regarding the RPM Act. If you haven't heard about it, which like I said, I doubt that you haven't, it's all over the place. The government wants to regulate our hobby. So they don't want you to modify your cars in any way for race or off-road. It doesn't matter. They don't want you to throw an aftermarket performance parts or anything like that. And I know that that might not affect us that much with the OBS stuff. Well, probably will, because you won't be able to probably do injectors or anything like that on them. But anyways, it's very important that you look into it and that you make your voice heard. I'm basically gonna leave down below some other videos by either the Dude in Blue or Life Apollos that really go into detail on it. I'm someone that is not into that stuff whatsoever, but it's something that is very, really important to me, which is why it kind of scares me that the government is trying to go this deep into something that, to be honest, if you're talking about environment, we're so small that it has a very small effect on, you know, anything whatsoever. But anyways, like I said, I'll leave those videos down below. Go check them out after you watch this. And like I said, let's do something about it, because it's ridiculous. Okay guys, so we got this thing all marked out, cleaned, ready to bend. I got all my bends marked out perfectly where I want them. I got my little sheet right there. It tells me what the dimensions are, how much to bend it at. So now we're gonna take all this to my brake press. Okay, so another really cool thing that I did is I actually upgraded my jack to an air over hydraulic, which is super nice because I can just hit that trigger and it'll go by itself much faster too than it used to, just by cranking it by hand. So I'm super happy about that. It's really gonna help us move this thing along a lot faster. I'm trying to make things as easy as I can for me, because I'm a one-man operation doing this after a full-time job. So the faster I can do something, the better it is for me, and it's killing me not having these things out for you guys. But anyways, I'm gonna get all this stuff bent up, and yeah. Okay guys, so like I said, I freaking love that thing with the air over hydraulic. It's freaking amazing. But anyways, as you might have seen, we got both pieces bent. All I gotta do now is throw a few tacks on them, get them put together, and then throw it under the frame, and again, make sure that it's perfect. So basically, this is the way that they turned out with its bent. It looks freaking amazing. And you might say, you know, like that I don't have really that high tech of equipment, and that's true, I don't, but you really don't need it. Eventually I do want to get a CNC brake press and a bigger table and stuff like that, but that's basically for production, to be able to get more stuff done. For now, this is actually really good, as long as you have your bends perfect where they are supposed to be and get everything nice and square. Your pieces will come out perfect, and just like these ones did. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead, throw a few tacks on these, and then take that other prototype off the frame and throw this one on there. Make sure that everything lines up. I'm mostly looking for these two bolt holes to line up perfectly. If these two line up perfectly, everything else is fine, because these three you have to drill yourself. So the main things is these two holes and making sure that this is square with the track bar, and obviously that we have our angles right, but we're not going to be 100% on that until we have it back on the floor on its own weight. Right now it is actually pretty much perfectly lined up with the drag link, which is kind of what you want, and I'm pretty sure that once I have it back on the ground, it is still going to be perfect, because those things basically travel together, if that makes sense, to a point. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get all this stuff put together, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so we got the track bar bracket put together, and it's looking pretty damn good. Obviously I've already done like 5 of these. Like I said, I want to have everything perfect, exactly the way that I want it. But I think we're pretty damn close with this one. Let me show you. So obviously it's not much really different of what you've already seen, other than it's now basically one piece. It's all put together. And well, it's not all put together, it's just 2 pieces put together, but it's the 2 main pieces put together. And like I said, it's looking pretty darn good. I'm actually pretty happy with it. Obviously, like I said, we still gotta put everything else on it, like this other piece, a lot of the bracing that I have for it. So it's basically just this other piece right here and a whole bunch of other bracing, plus a pretty cool faceplate that's gonna be on this side. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty damn close. But anyways, like I said, I'm super happy with the way that this is turning out. I am super excited to get these things out to you guys. And yeah, if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. Leave down any questions down below about the track bracket, about the swap, anything else that you're wondering. Leave those comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you for the next one.